Hey there, welcome. Thanks for joining me. If this is your first time to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and also click on that bell button so you can be notified every time I upload a new video. And if you enjoy this tutorial, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and share with friends and family. Happily Thriving Heidi has announced her February challenge, which is DIY Spring Challenge, where you have to make one or more spring decors in order to participate, which I decided to go ahead and make my spring/Easter floral decor part of her challenge. So yeah, I'm super excited to be able to participate in this challenge, as well as another one I believe that she's making for the month of February. So this challenge, the DIY Spring Challenge, their playlist will be up on February the 17th, and I'll make sure to link it down below and also link Heidi's channel down below. So go ahead and click on her channel after you see this tutorial. So today what we're going to be making is some wall sconces. Now I have this wood carving tool that I really have never used, and I thought about why not use it to cut my vase in half. I don't know if this is the right tool to use, but it worked. So I went ahead and just got my wood burning tool hot and just basically ran it down this vase that I purchased at Dollar Tree. And it worked so good. I'm going to look it up, or if you guys know if I can keep using this for plastic, let me know in the comments down below, but I am going to look it up to make sure that I'm not going to burn myself or cause some kind of fire or something if I continue to use this for plastic, because my mind was going crazy with all these DIYs that I can make if I can cut things or drill holes or openings in plastic decorations and stuff from Dollar Tree or anywhere. So yeah, I'm going to look it up. If not, I'm going to buy a melting knife. But all you have to do if you have this wooden tool is just get it hot and just run it down whatever vase you decide to use for this tutorial or for any sconces that you're going to make. So it only took me a few minutes. All I did again was run it down wherever I wanted to cut my vase in half, and that's what I did. After I cut it in half, I made two openings or two holes on either side of my half vases in order for me to add some wiring for me to hang my sconces. But before I did add my wiring, I traced each one of my half vases onto some cardboard or a poster board. And I just used a simple pencil to trace them out. Once I finished tracing my backs from my vases, I went ahead and got my box cut and cut the shapes out. And I did cut them a little bit smaller than where I traced them because I wanted to insert them into my vase, not glue them on the outside, if that makes sense. But you'll see what I'm going to do. So go ahead and just cut out your backing from your poster board or cardboard, whatever you choose to use. Once you've gone ahead and cut those out and make sure that they fit nice and tight into your vases, just go ahead and add some E6000 or permanent glue, or what I did was just use my hot glue gun. Now I also used some of this wiring from Dollar Tree. It's thicker than the floral wiring. It comes in a little package, and it's just a round ring of wire. So just go ahead and cut two pieces of those, and what I did was insert them into those openings that I made, the holes on either side of my vase, and basically just formed it up and made sure that I had enough of the wiring so I could hang my vases or my sconces. Then I just folded the ends inwards and tightened them up with my pliers, and that's how I'm going to hang my sconces. You can leave that extra wiring there. You won't even see it, but I decided to just go ahead and tighten it up with my pliers and then remove and cut any extra wiring that I had on my bases. Now what I did again was I just made sure that my poster board was cut nice and straight and everything is even and it fit into my sconces, and then I just added some hot glue along the edge of my sconce and then pulled up my poster board to my glue in order for it to stay in place. And here I am just running a line again, and I just added it, kind of pushed up my sconce and then inserted the poster for that way. So just go ahead and work with it and make sure that your backing is inserted into the back of your half vases. And just do that to both of your halves. And you don't have to use these for florals. You can easily add some lights in here and just either hang it the same way we're going to hang mine, which is the vase up, or you can even put the wiring on the bottom of the vase and hang it downwards so the light can go down. But you can easily just put a push light in there as long as you don't hang them too high where you can't reach them. Or even what I'll do is I'll leave a link of some lights that I know you can purchase at Amazon that have a remote control that you can put in here, and then you can hang them anywhere as high as you like. So I went ahead and set those aside for now. Now we're going to make my vase stand for my second DIY. So you're going to use 4 of these S hooks, or they're the planter hooks. What I did was just add a little bit of hot glue. Now these don't hold with hot glue at all. I just put them a little dab of hot glue in order for it to stay in place long enough for me to add my zip ties. So here I am just adding a little bit more of my hot glue and adding this 3rd S hook right on top, and then I'm going to stand it up and then add my 4th one to the opposite end. And as you can tell, you have to be very gentle because, like I said, the hot glue does not hold this very long. If you move it a little bit too much, it's just going to fall apart on you. But just add a little bit again. Just see, there you go. Just add a little bit, just long enough for you to allow them to stand in place for you to add your zip ties. Once you've glued it and they're all in nice in place, be very careful adding a little bit of some E6000 or permanent glue if you want at this point, or you can wait until you add your zip ties. I just went ahead and added a little bit right now. Again, being very gentle, very careful with these S hooks until I add my zip tie. Then you can move it around as much as you like and it's going to stay just as, in place. So just go ahead and grab a zip tie. Now I only have these larger ones, but if you have the smaller ones, I would recommend you use the smaller ones. They're just easier for you to work with. So just go ahead and insert one in the top and one in the bottom. Again, being very careful. And then once you have both of them, just go ahead and tighten them up. And like I said, once you've tightened them up, you can move this around and it's going to stay just where you would leave it. So just go ahead and tighten them up, make sure they're all nice and even. And once they are, give it that nice last tightening of your zip ties and then remove any of the excess zip tie. Now you can add a little bit more E6000 at this point, or any permanent glue that you want to use. And I allowed mine to dry for a few minutes just to make sure that my S hooks wouldn't move around anymore. Then once they were dry enough to where I could add a little bit more E6000 to the top of my hooks, and then I'm going to add the flower pot on top of that. And this is the succulent pot that it says on the label. So that's the one I'm using. I just went ahead and flipped it over and allowed it to dry. Once that was dry for about a good hour, Then I decided to go ahead and get one of these silver party trays or dessert bowls that they have, the square ones. Added some E6000 on the bottom part of my S-hooks, then added that to the bottom of my S-hooks. Just making sure it was nice and even. Once it was all completely dry, I took it out and spray painted it. Now you can spray paint it any color you like. I decided to spray paint mine white. So since I spray painted mine white, I went ahead and got a foam block and just cut a piece out of foam. And I decided to use the Greenery and also the yellow with the lime green, I want to say that color, of florals from Dollar Tree. Now, right now, Dollar Tree, at least at my local Dollar Tree, they have some great greenery, all kinds of styles. So I would highly recommend you go right now and pick up as much as you can for all the DIYs that you're going to make, not just for spring, but all year round, because there are some really nice ones there. So just go ahead and whichever florals you decide to use, cut them off of the stem in individual stems. And cut your stems a little bit longer than what you think you're going to use, because that way you'd rather be able to cut them later than not to have a stem long enough to for you to insert into your floral arrangement pot. So these right here are some of the new flowers that I saw at Dollar Tree as well. They're the hanging ones. So I purchased 2 of them, but honestly I only used one for this floral arrangement. I had quite a bit of flowers out, but I only used 1 bunch of each one. And then these right here, since my decor in my living room is going to have a little bit of that blush pink, light pale pink color, I decided to add these beautiful roses into my arrangement as well. Now these roses are, like I said, I love them. They're that very, very light pale pink. I would call them blush pink roses. But they're very, very beautiful, and they come 6 in a bunch, so that's a great bargain. Go ahead and add any kind of moss that you want to into your floral pot, and then start adding all your florals. These are some hydrangeas, and again I use the yellow and green tones only, except for those blush pink roses. So I just went ahead and just started inserting what I call the lowest, or my filler of my flower, which is usually the biggest flower that I'm going to be using, that I can kind of insert to make sure that you don't see the bottom of my vase or pot. Then I just started inserting all the other kind of flowers that I got. Once I added about 2 different florals, I decided to go ahead and add my bunny. Now this bunny is only going to be in this floral arrangement for the Easter holiday time. Then I'm going to remove it and just simply add some more of my greenery and some more of my florals into that little area where my rabbit is at right now. So this is going to go all through my spring season in my home. Once you've added, if you decide to add a rabbit or Easter eggs or anything for Easter, once you've added that decor into your floral arrangement, then you just work your flowers around that arrangement. Basically, or usually, that arrangement that you add to your floral is going to be the front or the center of your arrangement. So just work around that and make sure that the flowers behind it are higher than the decoration. That way you can see them. So once I added more of the smaller greenery or the smaller flowers, I decided to go ahead and start adding these hanging flowers. So you can add as much or as little as you like to this arrangement. And this floral stand, you can even use it for fruit. You can use it for a wedding. This floral stand can be used for so many different events and areas in your home. I try to always, like I said before, make things that I know I can use in every basically part of my home. So that way if I get tired of using it in one area, I can easily spray paint it or redecorate it or rearrange it and add it to a different area of my home, because I tend to move things around a lot. So this right here is going to be in my entryway table that I just DIY'd and upgraded. So this is what I'm making this for. I'm going to place it on that stand, that table, with a wood hello sign that I have. Now I'm adding some ferns, some greenery from Dollar Tree, and this is some of the new fern greenery that I purchased at Dollar Tree that I said that is a great bargain, and it's really, really nice. So just continue to add as much or as little greenery and flowers that you like to your vase. When I was making this arrangement, the only thing I kept thinking was like, this would be so beautiful for a wedding as a centerpiece. You can add all kinds of, different flowers, even fresh flowers to this. You can add lights to this. This is a great idea to use for any of those upcoming weddings or baby showers, bridal showers. This is a great and very affordable stand for your arrangements for those kind of events. So this is the way it looks all completed. And as you can tell, I didn't even use all of my greenery. So now for these sconces, what I did was grab some of the green filler. And you can add any kind of filler. I decided not to spray paint my sconces because I wanted them clear for now. Just so you could see the greenery, but maybe later on down the line I'll spray paint them silver to match more of my living room, but for now I wanted you to be able to see the greenery. If you don't want to add greenery and you want to make this more Easter decor, and you can add some of the eggs in here instead of this greenery, and that would look really adorable as well. Now I grabbed another piece of the foam and I hot glued some of the greenery onto the front of my foam. Now I'm going to add these vines that I have. And these, I believe I ordered them in Amazon, and if I didn't, I can't even remember where I would have purchased them, but I'll make sure to link something like this, or if not these themselves, the vines that I purchased on Amazon. If not, I'll just look for some that look similar and link them down below for you guys. So just go ahead and add anything you like onto these foams that you're going to insert into your sconces. For now, like I said, I'm just adding this greenery. I might get some of those Easter eggs that come in sticks from Dollar Tree, or make my own and add them in here just to add that Easter pop, or maybe even a bow around the sconces. Which one do you think would look better? A bow around the sconces for Easter, or some of those Easter eggs on top of my greenery? Let me know down below. Now, once you're done and you're happy with a little bit of what you've added onto your foam, go ahead and insert it into your sconce. Now, as you can see, I didn't glue my foam into my sconce, and that's because I want to make sure that I can remove it and change the greenery that I inserted into my sconce itself, or just remove it or change it or update it. And I didn't want to glue that foam onto my backing. And this is the way they both look once they're all completed and in place. Let me know in the comments down below which one's your favorite, or will you be doing both? Again, on February the 17th, the challenge playlist will be added to this tutorial. And also don't forget to go and click on to Heidi's channel, that I'll leave her link down below for you guys to go look at her channel as well. She does some fabulous DIYs, and I'm sure most of you guys already subscribed to her channel. If not, again, go down and click on that link and make sure you go and check her out. Until next time, you guys stay blessed. Thanks. Bye.